Well, hunters used to say, at least I've heard them say to me, that we human beings evolved from a hunting stock way back, as far back as 3, 4, 5, 6 million years ago, in the form of the Australopithecines. I don't think that they were hunters, were they?
No, this is a myth that's very important to debunk, and in fact has been thoroughly debunked since the 1970s. This myth, the so-called man the hunter myth, this emerged in the 1940s. And it happened quite interesting with an anthropologist named Raymond Dart, who was living in the Johannesburg area of South Africa. And he came across some fossils that were clearly the early human ancestors, were Australopithecines. And he saw that they had skull damage, holes in the skull. And he built up this elaborate interpretation based on very paltry evidence that early humans were killers, that he built the speculative theory that we merged into this, we came down from the trees and lived in the savannas only because we could give up a fruit-eating kind of existence and become ruthless killers. We had to kill to survive in the African savannas. And so killing became a part of it, and we became really bloodthirsty kind of cultures, and hunting was at the center of this and has been crucial for driving evolution, for all the positive and negative aspects of human existence, and has been crucial for the development of the brain itself. All these incredible claims of the importance of hunting and human culture, and for all the positive aspects and also negative aspects that distinguish us as a so-called unique species. This myth that came about through Dart was only, it prevailed throughout culture and science specifically for about 2 decades. It was challenged when it realized that the damage he saw in the skulls was not from humans killing each other, but from large cats dragging humans into their caves and eating humans. So a couple points here. Number one, we weren't always hunters. For most of our existence, we were the hunted. We weren't the predators, we were the prey. We didn't start off being hunters, we started off being hunted. For most of our lives, we were the hunted. And second off, we didn't begin large-scale hunting until about 60, maybe 80,000 years ago. We were scavengers. We had a small-scale practice of hunting various squirrels and small animals, but we didn't take down large prey. That only happened at a certain point in our evolution quite recently. 60,000 years ago. It was quite recent in human evolution that began 5 to 7 million years ago, our earliest ancestors. So that is quite recent. So we hunted small animals. We didn't begin hunting larger animals until 60 to 80,000 years ago. And this whole man the hunter myth occludes 2 other things that is very important to emphasize here, Tony and Jason. And that is, number one, we have been vegetarians, or we've had a plant-based diet throughout most of our existence. We did not eat meat. We ate carrion. We ate what was left for, and we scavenged the remains of other animals that were already killed. We ate mostly fruits, nuts, tubers, and all kinds of other foods. So our existence is not of a violent, predatory, meat-based kind of animal. That's not been our history at all. And hunting tries to promote this false view of our evolutionary roots. And second of all, feminists have quite usefully pointed this out. This man the hunter myth completely occludes the existence of women throughout history.
Yeah.
It gives man the important role for driving evolution,
what about women,
for creating establishing societies by being the primary food providers. But women have been just as important, if not more important, food providers through gathering throughout our evolutionary history.
Yes, absolutely. If man the hunter is right, then I would add women the gatherer.
Women the gatherer is a much more accurate view of history. So there are all kinds of pernicious things going on here with hunting and the anthropological mythologies that are a part of hunting culture. They have completely falsified history to make us think that we are predatory, violent, bloodthirsty, patriarchal animals from our very existence, and none of this is true.
So
the whole culture is based on lying. They manipulate science to justify their killing. They've manipulated history and anthropological evidence. It really is a huge pastiche of lies quilted together.
Jason, any comments?
Actually, what I hear you saying, Steve, is that at some point in our so-called evolution, we took a very wrong turn, and we need to reset our course. We need to reset our moral compasses and abandon hunting, particularly with the stage where we are now in terms of technology. And there's absolutely no need for hunting at this point. I mean, you made the point in one of your essays that there are virtually no cultures, no extant civilizations or cultures that rely on sustenance hunting.
Modern hunters tend to try to point way back into the past to justify the present. In my opinion, modern hunting, modern trophy hunting, recreational hunting is only a couple of centuries old, and we're talking about millions of years of our history. And these people are just manipulators, absolutely, totally.